What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and once again I am joined by the one, the succulent, the gorgeous,
the gluten-free Gershwan.
Oh. And today we're back to answer questions from you guys, the gluten
Intolerant.
Intolerant, okay.
That's why they're listening to us, because they can't have gluten, and we don't provide gluten, at least not in this video, because there's no video. It's just sound.
Gotcha. For the greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question, because we get to those questions first. And I hope you guys enjoy the Warhammer 40K trailers that you are seeing on the screen, and you just listen to our seductive voices lull you to sleep or guide you to your work, as we have heard you guys. That's how you guys listen to us. Going on the way to work, painting, or going to sleep. We are the 40K ASMR.
In a way, yeah.
So this question comes from Simon Teese. He says, what if everything that happened from the creation of the Primarchs was a plan for the Emperor? Was planned by the Emperor? Yeah.
That is something that I think about almost every day, either going to sleep on my drive to work or just painting.
Yeah. Was it all planned?
It might be all planned, yeah. Because the thing is, the Emperor supposedly has precognition.
Yep.
So if he knew that these things were going to happen, why didn't he do anything to stop the heresy? Why did he let billions of humans die by getting swallowed by the Tyranids or the warp storm and stuff like that? So yeah, definitely I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes, and I think the traitor Primarchs might have caught on to this.
Yes. Even though, like, I feel that, so if we were to create a visualization of what the Emperor is trying to do, I would see, like, so there's time, and time is basically a road. And you have a vehicle, and that vehicle is like the trajectory of what the Imperium is like and what the Emperor is doing. And the Emperor knows where the road is. He knows what's coming up on the road. However, he knows that no plan ever meets or never, what is it called?
There's always speed bumps to every plan.
Something like that, yeah. So he realizes that there's no way he can stay on that road for long. So whenever he gets like pushed off the road, there has to be a trajectory back onto it. So I do feel like that's what's happening. So like, maybe his plan wasn't for the Primarchs to get scattered across the galaxy, but he knew that the Chaos Gods were going to somehow hurt them. Maybe his plan wasn't that like Horus was going to betray him, but he knew one of his Primarchs was going to betray him. So I think that's kind of the role that the Emperor is doing.
That's true, yeah. Because maybe the thing about 40K is that there is no free will, and everything has a predestined fate. And as hard as the Emperor was fighting against it, he could still not go against that.
Yeah, could be it. But ultimately, I do think that it is an epic battle between the Emperor and the Chaos Gods.
Right. Now, do you think that this is the Emperor's, like the Emperor is the one knowing all this? Or do you think that there's even a higher power above that?
I think there is like a... If there is no free will and there is like all that kind of stuff, and that road is fixed, then yes, there's some type of entity. Well, I wouldn't even say entity. There's something that is pushing it that way.
It's pushing it in that direction.
Yeah, kind of like we don't really know why gravity exists. We understand why. We understand that mass creates it, but like why? So I think that why is like something that is beyond maybe even the Emperor or the Chaos Gods to comprehend.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And which further presses the question, well, like, what about time travel?
Right, and it exists within the warp. Yeah, there's something about, like, Tzeentch might be even a little bit more... powerful, or more like they might have a stronger visualization of the road through, like, because the web of what is it called, fate. But even Tzeentch doesn't really have a full mastery over that.
Right.
Maybe
perhaps, or maybe not.
So was it all a plan? Yes, but no. Next question.
This one is by Chris Humphrey, which I think we covered in the last one, but just in case you didn't get your answer there, you'll get it here. I love the idea of starting a Warhammer 40K roleplay, but I have a lot of gaps in my knowledge regarding the lore and general information. What would be a good way to figure out these kinds of settings that I would most be interested in running in an RP, and the best way to learn as much lore and info on it as I can? The novels, the comics, just a deep dive into the wiki? What?
I would say just watch our channel like religiously, but to be honest, the majority of our older videos suck. So yeah, a codex.
Yeah. I said it before and I'll say it again. Get the most recent rule book.
Yes.
It's a little bit pricey at like $50-$60 because of inflation.
Mm-hmm.
But just get the rule book and it'll give you a brief overview of the characters, the races, and just the timeline.
Yeah.
Or if you know exactly what you want to play as, then start with that. Like, let's say I want to be role-playing in the feral world of Fenris.
Yep.
And then pick up the Space Wolf books. Go into that.
It's perfect. Yeah, yeah. Also, like, use the written stories that exist for Wrath and Glory.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're actually very helpful, and they actually go into detail as far as like the actual world and what it's like. Also, the Dark Heresy books. The Dark Heresy books were way better for lore than Wrath and Glory, as I have figured, or I have seen. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also figure out what time frame.
Yes.
Because you could be playing in the 30K era, the 40K era, or in the Warp, which you could mix and mingle all these kind of things.
During the Reign of Fire, or Reign of Blood, I think it's called.
Have Goj Van Dyer show up, or maybe you're playing as Van Dyer.
Yeah.
Or Sebastian Thor.
Yep.
This next one is by Dave the Finder. Mexican compadre here. A huevo? Once a soul has been consumed by a chaos god or entity, can it be retrieved and rescued in some way, or is it consumed and gone forever? What happens to that consciousness?
It gets eaten up. It's gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's corrupted, it's corrupted. There really hasn't been any like, what is it called? Liberated or like forgiven? Yeah. Souls.
Because the only thing I can think of is like when somebody dies, their soul goes and becomes part of the army of the light. But it's not like that soul gets like reforged and becomes like a saint or a warrior or something like that.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, once you blood in, blood out.
Right.
So
once you go all the way.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is maybe, I don't even know if this counts, but like when an Eldar dies and Slaanesh doesn't get to the soul first, they go into the soul stone.
Yeah.
And then from there, the stones get put into the infinity circuit. And then it's like the craft world is now powered by the ghosts and souls of dead Eldar.
Yeah, which is almost kind of like purgatory in a way, though.
Mm-hmm. Limbo.
Yeah. Next question comes from Fifi's.
Feces?
Fifi's.
Oh.
If war never changes, then what?
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just stays the same.
That's really like, it's either a really, really complex question and I can't grasp it, honestly, or it doesn't make any sense. If war never changes, then what? I don't know,
The
man.
inflection in your voice made me think of it in a different way, but I still can't grasp it.
Because it says, if war never changes, question mark, then what?
Damn, dude, I already said I don't know. Jeez.
Here's another one that's very similar.
Okay.
Super Chuck G says, why are you guys still awake? Ha! Sorry for headphone users.
Yeah, I mean it's October. It's Halloween. Get scared.
Yeah.
Depression.
Yeah, mostly. It does keep you up.
Yeah, when you hit the bed and you don't fall asleep right away, the mind tends to wander.
Yeah, I have figured out that this works for me. I don't know if it'll work for you guys or if you guys have tried this, but like if you can't fall asleep, what you should do is just lay still. And I don't mean like you're gonna get the urge to toss and turn. Don't.
What if I turn first, then toss?
No, lay super, super still. If you get the urge to move, don't move, and you will 100% fall asleep. That's also because I had to take a plane from the UK to here, Chicago, 9 hours That's how I did it. I did not move. I fell asleep. Not for the full 9 hours, but yeah.
All right, I'll have to try that. Because what I used to do was just count sheep.
That doesn't work because then your mind starts wandering.
I remember one time I got to like 3,000 something.
Damn.
Why did I count for so long? Beats me.
That's life.
Arya? Yeah, Arya816. Have you guys heard of the tabletop war game called Conflict 47? If not, it's a lot like 40K in terms of models, units, such as spider tanks, dreadnoughts, mech suits, half-man, half-beast, super soldiers, electricity-firing Tesla cannon, tanks, and much, much more. I think both of you will like it a lot and should check it out sometime.
I'll check it out. That sounds like Beast of War.
Yeah, it does, honestly. Conflict
Or not
47.
Beast of War, sorry. What is it called? The War Machine.
War
Hordes.
Machine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lately, I've been looking at like 3D printing like studios and stuff, and just checking out their miniatures and the ranges that they have, and they're pretty cool.
It makes me a little bit angry when I see on Instagram the amount of like, or the quality of products that can be printed, and then I look at my Da Vinci Mini whatever, and I'm like, you piece of shit. It's almost the same price as like what the 3D printers are now.
Yeah, I saw a video that's like, can I make a like 500 point army in under $20?
Oh yeah. I saw the thumbnail. I didn't watch it. Was he able to do it?
He was.
Okay. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So yeah, there's it's getting more competitive out here.
Yeah, which means that GW, it's like you're cornering GW. You're cornering a freaking like mountain lion, and you're a human with your little 3D printed minis.
Yeah.
It's gonna lash out and it's gonna hurt us. So if you guys were all worried about because they're going against the what is it called, the
NDA and all that.
Yeah, also the animators and stuff like that. It's gonna get worse, guys. Prepare yourselves for the mountain lion to attack.
Yeah.
Invest in crypto.
Speaking of that, Puby SB said that he canceled his Warhammer Plus.
Oh really?
Yeah, he said there's a week where like no animations came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened.
They took a break. They're like, we don't have enough content. Give them White Dwarf issues.
I think it's so dumb because it's like GW should just do what Mini Wargaming did with their vaults. With their vault, they started like they brought people from the community on to create their own content. So if GW would do that and use Warhammer Plus and be like, hey, like come create content for us. We'll put you behind a paywall, but you get to like benefit from part of the revenue.
But I feel like if they did that, then it's like they couldn't post normally, and they'd have to only do the Warhammer Plus stuff.
Yeah, but it would alleviate their expenses for posting normally. So like then they don't have to worry about like hiring all these like animators because all they need is a starty.
Yeah, true.
And then the rest can just be like us.
Yeah.
Putting nonsense up there.
And it's weird because like for some reason they decided to split the season of Hammer and Bolter. Like here's the first 2-3 episodes, and they took like a month break, and I'm like, oh, the rest are coming out now.
Damn GW. We hate on them a lot, but we will continue to purchase their thing and talk about their amazing lore.
Yeah. And speaking of lore, Dune comes out in like 10 days.
The 21st, right?
Yeah. 22nd.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, I recently went to the theater and I saw a trailer for Dune, and I'm like, oh, it looks good.
Yeah. I definitely want to watch it on IMAX, but if I can't, HBO.
It's coming out on that. Surprisingly, a huge movie like that for streaming for free if you got HBO.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Next question comes from... I got one from CP. Who would win in a battle? World Eater champion with butcher's nails versus a Blood Angel champion in a death company that has been lost to the Black Rage. IMO, what does IMO mean?
In my opinion.
In my opinion, I think it would be the Blood Angel and the Black Company. But what's your thoughts?
By Black Company, do you mean Death Company? Because if so, he is a berserker now. He's not thinking with logic. He's just going for the kill.
Whereas, like, the World Eater, he has the butcher's nails, and yes, he is kind of a similar way. He's a berserker, but I think he has a little bit more intelligence.
Right. So for that, I'll say the berserker, the actual berserker.
Yeah.
World Eater.
Also, they have chain swords, and I think a chain axe is just more badass.
Yeah.
The World Eaters would have the chain axes.
But it also depends on what the war gear that they're equipped with. Because the Black Company, they could have jump packs,
That's true.
thunder hammers, that kind of thing. So
Yeah, power weapons against just a regular old World Eater probably wouldn't be so good. Next question.
This one's by the big one. What's the best Halloween costume to wear in the hood if you don't want either the Bloods or the Crips to murder you?
Black and gold?
Because then they'll never fold.
Yep. So,
Or just wear like a checkered outfit.
yeah.
So people can just come up to you and be like, boom, 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 boom. Took your bishop. King me.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah. Or you could be like naked and then just like a feather cap. And then you could be a wild boy.
That's true.
You could run around the hood going, WAAAGH!
Or you'll probably just be like the thousands upon thousands of other people that will dress up like the guys from Squid Game.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's always something that comes out right before Halloween that gets popular, and that's like the outfit.
It's usually something simple.
Yeah.
For this Halloween, I think I'm going to be the boy from It. With the yellow
Oh, and the
coat.
little boat.
Yeah. So simple, so easy. I can still dance and not feel weird.
What are you going to do to de-age yourself?
Probably drink a lot of like Pedialyte.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Next question comes from SA. Is that the Sound Alchemist? Boom, boom, boom. If all of humanity was forced back to Terra for its last stand by like the Tyranids or some other force, would the Chaos Gods intervene to stop humanity's extermination? Now, why would they? Let's talk about that first.
Yeah, so the only reason that I think humanity would return back to Terra, which there's no room,
Yeah.
there's no resources, it's just impossible, would be because I think the Tyranids would have, or their enemies would have taken control of all of space, forcing them back to Terra.
Yeah. And also, like, so the reason that the Chaos Gods would want to stop them is because if all humanity gets destroyed, then the Chaos Gods also weaken. Because it is the innumerable citizens of the Imperium that feed the warp gods through, like, getting sick, desiring Bridget B content, holding ball contests.
Oh, speaking of Bridget B, I think she got another boob job.
Oh, nice.
A reduction.
Oh, so she's better.
She's becoming more human.
You get more human.
The deity status has gone away.
Less demonette-like. So yeah, so would they prevent the extermination of humanity? I don't think so. I think like the Chaos Gods would just be overindulged in the bloodshed and the chaos that probably is occurring.
Right.
They wouldn't be able to think far enough ahead. Kind of like our whole was this the episode where we talked about the concept of like the road and the future? Yeah. So like they don't really know they wouldn't be able to see the road because they're too busy having fun knocking the other cars off the road.
True.
Damn, I'm proud of my metaphor.
Alliteration.
Yeah.
Or is it similes?
I think it's a prognostication.
Ah, there you go.
Because I am a psycher. Next question comes from Bullet Magnet TV 20. Do you think the Imperium could/would apply the same tactic used in the Octarius Wars to divert the Tyranids into the Eye of Terror, especially deploying them as weapons against the Chaos Gods? Keep up the great work. Keep up the great work. Your content has fueled much of my lore. Yeah, man. I don't think the Imperium would do that again.
Yeah, seeing what they've done in the Octarius sector and like the prime like nemesis that are coming out, and it won't work.
Yeah. And with that said, that's the show.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the short but sweet ending.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.